Good morning, everyone. It's time for Muse Life, and welcome to our morning activation reading. And it's a special reading this morning because it's actually our Valentine's Day reading, you guys. So, as we're entering outside of the moon in Aries, we're coming into the kind of gentle and loving moon in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So, it's pretty much at home here in its home planet. Taurus is all about stability and being grounded and also some comfort and pleasure. It really enjoys relationships, and it's kind of a nice time to really enjoy that Taurus energy when we're kind of coming into our Valentine's celebrations, however you guys are deciding to celebrate it today. You don't necessarily need to be in a relationship. You can kind of, just enjoy your family and your friends and the people around you. It's all about love, everyone. And Venus and Aphrodite is all about that, you guys. And also, if you want to really hone in on some of that Venus energy, she's also connected to mermaids. So I have a lot of mermaids in my artwork and in my decor, because that to me is also representing beauty, love, and some more of that emotional, earthy energy. So, Moon in Taurus, you guys, it's all about being peaceful and harmonious, and does not like to argue. And this numerology number we're coming in today is the number 14, which is 1 and 4. So that's all about beginnings and renewal. And the number 4 is all about stability and foundations. And those are all the makeups of what you need in a relationship. And as you move into what it equates to, which is the number 5, you guys, which is a little bit more temperamental, that's more about planning. That's the hard stuff. That's all about the decision makings, and it's very mercurial. It has Mercury energy in there. So as I am shuffling our decks and clearing it, I want everyone, let's start our reading, to sit and imagine that we are all part of this amazing, beautiful, vast, energetic grid. And then there were all beautiful, tiny lights on that grid. And I want us to connect to the energy field of that around us, and that within the cards, the archetype and the stories within the cards, you guys. I'm excited about this reading today. Let's see what everything, the universe, source, God, has to tell us today. So I'm using both of my decks, my original deck and my illumination deck, and I'm also going to pull from the map card. And we're going to basically, let's see here, see where we are right now. Something that happened in the recent past and the influence with that. Something that's to come. And what's going to influence that? Or support, or bring a challenge to. So we'll see. It always kind of depends on how the card's coming out, that I can kind of decide what it's going to be. So for everyone joining me today, please like and definitely share this. This is going to be an exciting reading, because it's going to be a love reading. I don't always have themes, but lately I've been kind of making more themes for depending on like what's going on with the seasons, anything that's coming up, just so we can kind of get an idea of how to use and just really utilize the energy that's going on around us, because there's just so much energy with the numbers and just the seasons and the planets. And if we just really know how to like navigate through that, we can really experience life in such a magical and amazing way, you guys. So I'm so excited about this reading. Let's start. Here we are. This is where we are right now, currently, especially on this day, all the energy and everything that we're feeling today. My God, you guys, this is a beautiful card to start with. Here we have is a number 2. It's a 2 of Cups, and Cups is all about feelings and emotions. A lot of mental things as well, but really deep down, what goes on inside. And the Two of Cups not only is about it's about relationships, it's also about partnerships. So if you're not necessarily in a relationship right now, it's also about some strong partnerships, you guys. And there's definitely some fire energy there. There's some alchemizing there. There's number 2, which is all about duality, about your feminine and your masculine, embodying both, alchemizing both, challenging each other through both. But honestly, you guys, this is an amazing card. It's all about partnerships right now. So what we're experiencing as of the now, of course, a lot of us are really feeling it, or really feeling that energy. And Taurus really brings that in with some of our Venus energy there, doesn't she? The Taurus is like bringing this there. But this particular card is really emulating Leo energy there, with the lions, some of the yellows and the reds. So Leo's all about just, you know, stability as well, strength in the relationship. It's also, you know, very determined. There's a lot of fire energy there. And that's great. Leo is loyal. So those are some of the things that are really like, you know, you bring both the Leo and Taurus energy into that. You bring that stability that a relationship really requires. The 1 and the 4, renewal, and the foundations, the stability that you need in any relationship, you guys. So this is a great card to really start off with. I'm kind of happy that we've been getting some tough cookies lately, and I think the universe is kind of going to give us some slack today. Probably going to let us, you know, just like, you know, enjoy this Valentine's Day and some of the love and just the heart energy, the heart chakra energy that comes with that, you guys. So speaking of heart chakra energy, if you guys do want to kind of embody some more of the heart chakra love energy, you guys definitely have some green stones. Green adventuring is beautiful because it's very exciting. And even some of my personal favorite is the pink or strawberry quartz. So there's different types of quartz out there. And just some of the regular stones. I carry that around with me, depending on, like, you know, what kind of energies I want to embody. And I do carry some of that in my shop, so I'll be pushing that pretty soon, so you guys know where to come. And I can definitely give you some, just some, like, guidance on what type of stones to use for any kind of situation. So here you are, you guys. The 2 of Cups. This is a great way to start all about emotions. Embodying that, really feeling it, really encompassing that. And what's something in the past that we've been just dealing with, feeling so much challenged with? You guys, where are we going with this? This is just some amazing energy. Here we go. We have the Lovers. So some of us have really been like thinking about relationships in the recent past. It's one of the things that we kind of think about in the New Year's and things like that. We always, as we renew, I mean, this is not just new relationships. This is about current relationships, you guys. So, you know, think about Valentine's Day. It's like, you know, you might have been in relationships for years and years and years and years and years. Every time there's little holidays, anniversaries, birthdays, Valentine's Day, we can really renew that. So some of us are just experiencing, this is the Lovers card, which is the number 6. So you have the both feminine and masculine aspects, you guys. This is not necessarily always about love, although this is definitely a sign of love relationships. But also remember, you encompass some of that yourself, so self-love as well. So really hone in on that. I'm getting some of that because I know not everyone's necessarily in a relationship, but self-love, you guys. Focus on some of that self-love energy. But the Lovers card really is all about that. We're having so many cards, you guys, about the relationships and love. The universe really wants us to hone in and just feel that energy today. So I'm kind of happy because I don't know if you've been in my previous readings. It's been really challenging. But I think, you know, as we really embody some of those challenges, as we really move forward, we're really going to get that. So here we have the love energy, and it is literally being protected over, being watched over by the divine source, angels, God, source. The number 6 is all about earthly things, but also some of the good things, the abundance that comes with it. So this is something in the recent past, some of us have either been entered into a relationship or we're in the middle of renewing it. And because we had done some of the hard work, some of that fire energy coming in, we're really reaping what we're sowing through some of that hard work. The relationships that are meant to come into our lives are here, you guys. Last week we got the Three of Cups. We're just developing that. Now we're really sinking into that. Here we are with our partnerships. Here we are with some of our love relationships. This is great. It's going so well today. And what supports this? Or what influences or what challenges it? It can go anyway. Oh, we are getting some major arcanum cards, you guys. This is great. So some of us are trying to really find our soul people, our soul tribe, our soul mates, you guys. And what was our challenge? What was the challenge? Check this out, you guys. We got the Devil's card. I always like to use my illumination cards for the most part, just because the imagery is so beautiful. Because sometimes when we get some of the more sinister cards, people get really like a little bit like freaked out by it. But you really, they're all archetypes. They're all just shadow aspects of the whole arcanum. They're like the light and the dark of the moon, you guys. So when we get the Devil card, this is just some of our shadow aspects, some of the shadow things that we need to work on. So here we have a dichotomy right here. Literally, these are reflecting energies. Whenever you see these two cards, and it's interesting that we got this on the same read, especially connecting to each other. So here we have the couple being protected by the divine. It's the number 6. And then here we have is another 6 card, you guys. So the Devil card, this is really in relation to the Lover's card, because it equates to the number 6 as well with the number 15, right? So you got 5 and then you get 6. But look at the imagery in here. You got 2 people trapped, 2 people being enchained by some of more earthly elements. And instead of this angel overseeing it, here you have the sinister, the devil pretty much looking over on this couple. And it's really interesting when we're getting that. So there was some struggle with some people. In some cases, I'm seeing that sometimes some people are going into relationships with the wrong intent, with the wrong feelings. It's either, let's just get serious. Sometimes you go into relationships because of the lust factor or what you can get out of it. A lot of the earthly, and not all things earthly are necessarily bad, but in this case, the things that keep us trapped, like we're getting into it for security, for the monetary purposes. Why are you getting into relationships? For status, for fame, what it can do for you. So rather than honoring and embodying the feminine and the masculine, right? And really, it's just both the male and the female, feminine and masculine, honoring each other. Here you have despondence. You have like a lack of an awareness of how you're treating each other. Or you, even yourself, even the feminine and masculine you. And then now you find yourself in these earthly bounds. And like you said, you guys, this isn't necessarily what is going on. This was the challenge to get to this. It's like that song. Oh my God. I used to love this German band called Rammstein. Their lyrics were a little bit like crazy, but one was like, love is the battle. Bleep is the battle. And then love is the war, which is basically like, some of the naughty things, or some of the things that aren't necessarily so whole or so, sex is like earthly and whole in itself, but when you just make it all about lust, or you just make it all about, just like self gratification, right? Even anything, it doesn't have to necessarily be about sex. It could also be about you know, how you, you know, why you want someone to be your either a love relationship or, you know, be a mate or even a friend or a relationship. You know, you start thinking about the whys. And if it's not truly in alignment or wholesome with you, then you're really going to start feeling these changes. It's really just going to start feeling it being weighing you down. This is such an interesting reading, you guys. You could definitely read more into it. But this was a challenge in the past, or, you know, in the past year probably, or just recently for you guys. Overcoming the whys. Like, why do I want this person in my life? Is it so I can flaunt them around and, oh my God, it's like the Super Bowl, okay? It's like the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift just, you know, getting all the attention, and, you know, it's like, was it about the players? Was it about, you know, why were people, and there was this relationship between her and one of the football players, and it was just, and it was, you know, was it about status, or was it actually about true connection? So we need to question these things. We need to question what's going on and why. Because here we are, you guys, we are in this ideal place of partnership. But, you know, there's always, that was the struggle. And we're getting past that, because now we're really feeling and finding that love energy, you guys, if we haven't already found it already. And this is the time for renewal as we enter into Valentine's Day. And I really love this reading today. I'm excited about it because it's a little different from what we've been having in the last few weeks. So I guess the energy is changing. I love that. That's to come in the future. Any challenges, anything that we can work on. And we have a lot of cups today, guys, or at least imagery cups, because we have the Two of Cups here. And now we have the Knight of Cups, right? And I love this particular card because whenever I see it, I love Arthurian legend. I think of the Holy Grail. I think searching for the Holy Grail, you guys. And the Holy Grail isn't what we think. And I don't even think it was really what it was out there in legend either. It's a natural grail with, you know, with any kind of, the golden grail with anything worth in it. But because cups is all about emotions and feelings and the embodying and holding the ether, which is what makes up the world, right? What makes up the essence of the energy and you know, the stuff that makes us. And here we have is this knight still guarded. Not quite the king and queen yet. Still putting out himself. Vulnerability. Still trying to go out there to seek that Holy Grail. And that's what makes life so exciting. The adventure. It's not necessarily a destination, but he's embarking on this, you know, journey. And it's all about the matters of the heart, you guys. It's all about matters of the heart and really following one's true desires. So as you know, as we are here in the future, we seek out more of that. We seek out more of the partnerships. We make it our journey in life. And it's such a beautiful journey, I tell you guys. Doesn't matter how it looks like for you. But when you truly seek out your true north, follow your true compass, follow all the things that bring you joy. Don't do things for the wrong reasons. Don't do things for like the 3D earthy reasons, for money, success. All of those things will come. All of those things will come when you do it with heart. It'll come anyway, but without the struggle, without feeling like this. It shouldn't feel like this, you guys. Relationships, love, our journey on life. It should feel like this and like this. And it's funny. Just remember, these are like the polar opposites, the reflections of each other. They're the light and the shadow. Two sides of the moon. This is the light side of the dark, and we all encompass that at some point. I mean, side to side, you can really see the parallelism, the parallel illusions within it. But this is where we want to be, you guys. You want to be able to kind of really alchemize that shadow. Realize that, yes, there's part of us. And we can make it a choice. Make a choice to guide us to do the right things. To guide us to follow our true north. This is a beautiful card. Reminds me of like Arthurian legend, the Holy Grail. Setting out on that journey, embarking on that. And really following your heart. This is really heart-based, you guys. And chivalrous. And there's what's going to support this. What's going to support this, you guys? Or what's going to challenge it? Or what influences it? So we have the Seven of Swords. So here we go. This is obviously more of a challenge, you guys. The Seven of Swords. Now this could be twofold. It's all about mind and intellect. It's how about we think about things. And the Seven of Swords is really about, well, just being a little greedy, or having to hoard and take everything, or afraid that someone will steal from you or hoard or take everything. All these fears that we have, that we need more. But these are, keep in mind, swords is all mental, right? It's all in the head. And the 7 is actually a very, a magical, mystical number. You're connected to sources this way. But these are some of the challenges. It's almost like really connected to the Devil card once again, where you're thinking about, either two things. Either I don't have enough, I need to get more. Or someone's going to take something from me. And those, that's where feelings of jealousy, envy might arise. Some more Devil card stuff. Jealousy and envy. And then you start hoarding and wanting to get more when the universe does not necessarily operate in that way. This is kind of one of the challenges that will come to this knight. The things that goes on in his head, although he follows his heart, his mind, sometimes ruminates with things that are unnecessary. And if you can just learn, like I said, to take these things and alchemize them. Why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel envious? Look at them more as signposts, guideposts, those feelings. I might post something on what feelings are. It's really cool, how to alchemize that, what certain feelings are and what they really mean. Like, for instance, when you are envious of someone, it's not, or jealous, it doesn't necessarily be a bad thing. It just means that that's something that you might want. And it's okay to want other, things that other people want. Just realize that's not what it is. And take away that feeling of envy or jealousy towards that other person because they're getting something that you want. And anger is really coming from a place of sorrow and sadness. And some people just reflect that way, right? So it's really interesting when you really think about like how the mind really operates, how it thinks about things, what it turns it into. Because a lot of times, those feelings, those things that go on in your head, like, especially, I'm getting a lot of like jealousy, envy, and just, fear in this particular card. You start feeling those things, and it causes you to act no longer in a way that's going to support relationships. And this is all about relationships and love relationships, you guys, right? So, when we have these things, the challenge coming in, it's basically not allowing us to operate in the way that we really need to operate to maintain these two archetypes. We start falling into the chains of the earthly realm because we stop forgetting who we are, what we're here for, and that the world is abundant, that the universe is really protected over this divine force that pretty much can, will always give us what we want. Even some of the bad things that we ruminate on because we don't really know how to quite control the mind yet. But that comes in time with a lot of work, a lot of meditation, a lot of inner work. Guys, this is such a beautiful reading today. I love it. It's so different from what we've been having in the last few weeks. But I'm really happy that I got to do this particular reading, especially for you. For Valentine's Day, I think this is a really special reading too. It's so meaningful. And I'm going to have one more card from our map deck. Is my favorite deck outside of my normal cards, just because it's so beautiful. I found it in this really cool third eye lounge where they just have, you know, just like amazing drinks and just food, and it was an open mic. I was hanging out with a friend and we found these cards and I was like, oh, these are so beautiful. It's gonna be one of them. And I think I went to go find it. And I didn't find the original one. Oh, this is a pretty, pretty, pretty card. Moonlight. So what's going to help us through all of this, you guys? I'm getting, once again, the number 6. We got a lot of 6s, right? Number 6 is all about Earth. But also what the abundance the Earth can give you if you really look into it. We got some fairy energy there, you guys. We got the moon, intuition. When we really dig deep and feel our intuition, that's what really helps guide us through all these things to, you know, really, and the fairy energy is all about just the magic and things of the unseen, the things that are just whimsical almost sometimes, right? Because life is meant to be like, it's a play. Think of Midsummer's Night's Dream, something beautiful that comes into your life. And we're all here to play a part and just play this beautiful little just story that goes on, which is a story of us and the story of each other. Hone in on that, some of that fairy energy. I also love fairies. I have some fairy artwork as well. So really trust in that. The moonlight, the light and the dark. It reflects the light of the sun. Which is the in our sense, one of the purest lights. But it reflects it in a way where we can actually kind of gaze at it and look at it. Because you can't really necessarily look directly at the sun, can we? It would hurt our eyes. But we can gaze at the moon and really get a sense of what that pure light would, you know, would be, the essence of it. And that's one of the beautiful things, is what we don't realize is we're all mirrors to each other, you guys. The moon is really reflecting the light of the sun. We're all reflecting each other's light. And I always try to, you know, let people know, you know, the best way to really understand someone else is to really clean your own mirror, because what you'll be understanding is a reflection of yourself and a reflection of them. And when we clean our own mirror through meditation, through self-work, understanding each other and just acceptance and loving ourselves, self-love, you guys. This isn't all just about, you know, a love reading, but as much as it is about self-love too, because the more that you can embody that, the more you can reflect it to others. And God, you'll just reflect it back. It's just a beautiful, 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 beautiful existence, you guys. And I really want to share that with you. I'll give you some more details on the meaning of what this moonlight card means. But for the most part, this is just like some really beautiful, amazing energy that we're sensing today. I want to thank you all for coming out and joining me on this beautiful reading on this amazing Valentine's Day. You guys all like just have a beautiful, amazing day. You know, take this time to really, like I said, renew any relationships that you are or have came onto. Really take some time to, you know, think about that. And number 5, you know, is all about planning. You can't do that without really physically planning things, making things happen. Sometimes that can be a little chaotic too, because, you know, you have to do it without expectation. You just kind of have to do it and see how it all works out. The minute you put expectation and just your earthly mind, you're thinking into it, that's when you kind of get a little sticky and get a little trouble. You just have to let it go. You just have to let the universe do what it's going to do. And take out some of these earthly elements, right? Take out some of these earthly things that get us in trouble, our mind. And as we move forward, we start looking for our own golden chalice. You know, as we start looking for, you know, heading towards our own purpose and inner compass, we really start to realize that it's, you know, it's all in the journey. Even love, right? I love how it ends with that, the cups, because even it doesn't just end. We always think it ends. No, you know, you move. It's not like you move on to another relationship, you guys. Please don't take that as a relationship. No, you get deeper into it. You move on into more, you know, more adventure in the love relationships with every person. Every person in itself is an adventure. So now, you know, sometimes we won't like think, oh, I'm done. You know, you think the relationship's over. No, every year we renew. Every year we search and find. Go deeper into that person, that relationship. Make it an adventure again. You renew that. And that's how you truly get the lasting energy, that lasting long relationships that, you know, you see some people have, where they, you know, they basically grow old and die together and, you know, in each other's arms. You know, so how does that happen? Through some of that stability and some of that, you know, constant search for that chalice, you know, for that the things that are valuable and meaningful. Yeah, and use some of that Taurus energy. I mean, Taurus is all about that stability. You know, it's earthly and grounded, but it's also persistent. You need that. You need that to make these relationships thrive, and they get better and more beautiful the more you dig deeper into it and the more you understand each other. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming out. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you next week. We have these readings every morning. They don't always necessarily have a theme, but I'll try to put a little theme into it now. I think most of you guys are enjoying that. So thank you so much for joining me. You all have an amazing Valentine's Day. Love and light. Bye-bye.